Hello and welcome to another episode where today we're watching basically the whole process of from scratch to the finished commission of this ice dragon. I completely finished this one. Last time we did the line art, and now we're like, instead of just showing the shading, we're watching basically the whole process of the whole thing. Overall, this was, like I think said in the previous part, this was a bit of a commission where, the commissioner said they wanted it a little bit more detailed. So I went just a little bit back with my usual style, I guess, and like I made the lines a little bit thinner than usual. In the sketch right now, you can't see it as much, but especially in the line art, I try to make like the lines a bit thinner than I usually would. Like right here, I sketched with this line art with this light blue color, and yeah, I'm keeping the lines a little bit thinner and try to like incorporate a bunch of detail. And I feel like overall that worked pretty okay. Overall, this was like, it took me quite a while. I think around 8 hours the whole process. So this is really like on the side on more detailed detailed artworks. I know there's pieces, for example, I think the Lou the Kirby with the Lou costume, or the sad Lou that I drew. Like there's some ones that are really simple that took like 1 or 2 hours. So 8 hours in this piece is pretty out there. I guess I didn't really hurry up a lot, and I guess the longer something takes, the longer it will take. It's gonna take even more, because I guess like in the process, even if it does bring you fun, eventually you get a little bit tired of it, I suppose, which I did feel a little bit as well. But it was still a nice process. I still enjoyed doing this, so that's all nice. And it's like really interesting seeing my steps flash before me again, basically. In the sketching, I was like a little bit like, first I thought I raised the left foot basically a bit and like position it on a stone or something, but I was like, oh well, I drew Berger, which was actually like the first the first drawing on this channel basically. He was really similar to that, so I was like, yeah, nah, maybe not. So yeah, that changed a little bit. Other than that, I guess most of it stayed the same. In the sketch phase, it did make everything a bit more detailed, like I said, like I said, I guess in the sketch one, but I'll say it here again. That was like the biggest thing that I changed with the leg, and then overall just a bit more anatomy and stuff like that. Then the thinner lines, more detail, and then the coloring comes in. Overall, I think I said that he is an ice dragon, so the color palette was really more of like blue tones. Like the body was actually not completely defined. It was basically only the upper body basically that has been drawn in commissions, as far as I know, or like with colors that are like really defined. I know there's like a rush sheet that didn't have colors and stuff like that I've also gotten. So there was some stuff that's still open, and that might also is subject to change on the Sona eventually. I don't know, but overall, I gave him a bit of a more on the basic side of a body, I suppose. I didn't go like fully crazy with like any fur patterns or something like that, or color patterns, which I thought was like actually a good choice on this case. I wouldn't overcomplicate the design, since like on what was already there wasn't something like too much out there either. So I kind of like took that and expanded on it. And one thing that I did take, that was basically the previous, in like one other commission that was the most refined about this character. Like there was a bunch of like neck floof, made that somewhat transition into the lower body with like an in-between color as well. It's like something I added, and like also on the patterns, the tail. Basically, the tip is the same color as the hair, basically, and the lower part of the tail is also a brighter color. I think that was pretty good. now with like all the shading. In the shading process, I actually like felt a little bit, is this gonna look good? I don't know. If I felt kind of out of my comfort zone with the more detail, but like in the end, the more I did it, the more it actually like started to look good. As I was like, especially like the point where I add like the black outline at the very end, that's like always, okay, now I'm done. And like that outline adds like quite a nice flare to it as well. And then I'm like, often, okay, yeah, this is really nice. I like it. But yeah, I also did add some more details. Like the chin is basically ice. Like the hair, it's not hair, it's like ice on it. And I thought like, okay, let's take that and also do it for the horns basically. So it's not just some random ice spikes like on the chin, it's also like a little bit more incorporated in other parts. So yeah, I thought on the horns it makes sense. Then on both the horns and the hair also added some more snow. I thought about adding it in other places, but I guess like most of the body usually is a lot of movement and would probably not have that. I would say like on top of the head is like the most where that kind of sort of stuff with ice and snow would happen. But yeah, overall, like I said, I really like this one. A bit more of a detailed design that I did, and still pretty nice, I would say. Hey, since you made it till the end of the video, I would assume that you enjoyed yourself. If that's the case, nuzzle that like and subscribe button, and see you in the next one.